I get it. Man, don't you work from home? You work from home, right?
Again, why are you coming for me? We just started.
I'm not coming for you. I'm just asking, Jen. I'm asking questions.
I'm just saying, One Piece is a lot. It's
It's a
just
I
a
didn't
lot.
lot.
say, first of all, I didn't say One Piece. You ain't, I don't think you finished JJK, if I'm not mistaken.
I have not finished season 2 of JJK,
I
but
I
started
just,
it's not my fault.
I started rewatching Attack on Titan because it kept on stage. I was like, oh, like I should rewatch this.
Do you like Attack on Titan?
It's amazing. Oh my god, it's immaculate.
Javon?
Immaculate.
I don't care how
Javon?
many, I don't care how many people like it. You will never get me to like that show. I
That
don't
show is
care. I
amazing.
don't
It's
care. It's
not.
sad. It's depressing.
So Ashley, it's definitely not for everybody. If you don't want to be grieving the human condition all the time, if you want a direct storyline and you don't want the
Agree with the human
narrative
If you
to
condition.
want Dragon Ball Z, go ahead and get
right,
Dragon Ball Z. If you
Dragon Ball
want
Z is simple.
Don't disrespect. We're not gonna be.
Right, don't
Toriyama just
disrespect Dragon
died.
Ball Z, but I get what she's
Toriyama
saying.
just died. We're not gonna
Yeah,
be disrespectful.
Dragon Ball Z is a very direct storyline. Like, there's an enemy, we got to fight them to save Earth. It's a very simple concept.
if you like simple and basic, that's what that you go for that,
Attack on
man.
Titan is
I
very
No,
layered.
I
It's for
will
a complicated
say
mind. It's for a
I,
complicated mind.
I did. People told me you'll like Attack on Titan, Fidel. You'll like it. I tried it and I fell asleep twice. It's
Yeah,
I've
I.
tried.
But you
It
don't
took
like
too
anime
long
like
to.
that, though.
Yeah, I like some slice of life. I like Death Note
See, if you
and
like
Dragon
slice of
Ball
life,
Z. That's all I like.
How do you
again, it's
fall
not for
asleep?
everybody.
How do you fall asleep when somebody dies almost immediately? The
It
action
was
starts immediately.
it had to get to it. Like yeah, it did get to it, but then it wasn't steady. It was like I've heard where it's like, oh yeah, you gotta watch a little later, but I
Yeah.
think maybe I try again because I like the concept, but
Don't
it
you
didn't get
shouldn't
me. It didn't
you
get
shouldn't
me.
because it's a great show. If you ain't like it the first episode, then you're good.
Jeez, sorry.
still a great show.
Yeah, that's how I
You don't
feel.
need that misery in your life.
Yeah, you're right. All right. Speaking of misery, it's been a week, people. Welcome to the Fide Manuel podcast. I am Fide Manuel. It is April 12th, Friday, 7:46 p.m. on the Eastern Standard Time. I just want to welcome you all. I'm really happy to be here another time for the pod recording. Like I said, it's been a week, it's been a couple weeks, but I've been low-key feeding y'all. Like y'all been getting content, y'all been getting episodes. The last episode was taped here at the house, had some friends over, and talking about R&B, talking about how much would you pay for New Edition. There was some revealing in that podcast. Some people really showed their true colors. People do not consider New Edition legends. It was a struggle for TLC to be considered legends. There was a number of things there, but it's okay. It's all right. Everybody had their opinions. And that's what I'm saying straight off the gate. Yes, we're talking about it, guys. We're talking about J. Cole and his apology. I'm just letting you know now. And I know there's 5 million think pieces, but I will love all these people after this. You can love God and love J. Cole and Kendrick. You can do a number of things. You can apologize, but also lose a basketball game. Those things can all happen in real life. So yeah, I just want to thank you all for being here. The DCO brand, like, subscribe, do all the things. I'm telling you right now, do all the things. Share it. It goes a long way. I am planning for the rest of spring to do spring cleaning. Spring cleaning is me, past episodes, things that's not been published. They got to get out there. I got an episode with Dion. He's currently playing Ike in Tina the Musical. A classmate of mine. We shot it right before I went to Tallahassee. It was a great interview. We worked on a project together for his production company, Free Black Millennials. It was The Tempest. Great time. We talked. It's just sitting in the can. My friends at FAMU recorded like 3 episodes. I think I'm calling that the FAMU Chronicles. 3 episodes. One was BET Awards, just sitting on the shelf. Couple at least 3 from Destin. One was at Deontay's house. Shout out to Deontay. I miss you, buddy. I recorded some with him, recorded some with the other cousins. So those are healthy. I got backlog, even some mixes. I got backlog, I got some fire, I got some heat. So spring cleaning, we're getting all this stuff out. We're getting all out, dusting it off and try to put it out on the shelf. I don't want to waste a whole bunch of time because we do have a healthy show. The three main topics we got, the first one, beef battles and booty. It's all about all these little disses, the battles, the Twitter fingers, all these little the beef that's going on in hip hop now. Also, I just want to take a time to talk about Mother Nature. Weather has been ridiculous outside, and things are changing rapidly. Also, trailers. CinemaCon happened, and there's a lot of news. Just a couple things I see. Gladiator 2 footage was shown. They're making a new Avatar trilogy, cartoon trilogy movie with Dave Bautista as the villain. So it's a lot of stuff that came out. So before let's get started, I have three special people here with me tonight, and I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. Let's start off with somebody first time on the pod. We go way, way, way back. I was just telling Ashley and Javon, hint, hint, spoiler alert, that my cousin Kevin, I am a former about elementary school like bully, and we grandma's house fighting for the computer, going outside raking. We've done a lot of things with each other, and I'm really really glad that he's on. So let's start off with Kevin. How you doing, buddy? Who
I'm
are
doing
you?
well.
How
I'm
are
doing
you?
well. I'm doing well. We go back to Nintendo 64 and PlayStation 1
Mm.
days, like very far back. I'm Kevin Owens. I'm Fidel's cousin. By day, I'm a freelance digital marketing strategist, and by nighttime, I'm a creative and cultural critic. And today, I come with a heavy heart. I'm already about to cry. My heart is broken. This is a very difficult week for me, but we're gonna get to that. And thank you for having me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We're here for you. We got tissue. We're gonna go through. It's I understand. Let me this next person we just went on. I feel like in the last 3 weeks, or let me just say month, we went on two adventures. We got an opportunity to see Coco and Breezy, and we got an opportunity to kind of see Nicki Minaj and kind of see Monica and Key Glock. GC was good. We was at Dreamville Fest on Sunday. Ashley, what's popping?
Ashley Washington here. Yes. Again. I am, I guess I work for an electronic company in the daytime from home, and I'm an anime lover 24/7. Um, why are you
Oh,
pointing?
no, keep talking. Somebody
Okay, okay,
has
okay,
something
okay.
in the background.
But yeah, that's basically it about me.
Thanks, Ash. You might have heard some rumbling. I guess that was his, walk up music. This guy, he's back. He's a fan favorite. I know you guys love him. He's a legend. I can't wait to watch his late night special and his TV show one day. JT, Javon Torrey, how you doing, sir?
How you doing, sir? Good to be back. Glad to be back. I'm glad that people want me back. As we have been talking about, it's been a very interesting week. I'm here to talk about it. I'm here to put all the cards, as they say, on the table, holding nothing back and giving it all to the people. That's all I have to say.
And you know what? We're gonna start off hot. Like I said, the first one is beef, battles, and booty. Let's start off hot to the top so we have enough time to talk about how we feel about Jermaine and Kendrick and Aubrey. And then I'm gonna call out some names and we're just gonna give our quick thoughts. It's so let me just set up the scene. For the last couple weeks, everyone has been either nitpicking and going at each other, maybe through subs, little tweets. Some people have been going very direct at people. If you didn't know, Kendrick, there was a song called First Person Shooter where Drake and J. Cole was on. He name dropped Kendrick, referred to him as the big three. And then Kendrick responded on hooking up with Future Metro Boomin, saying, "Hey, F the big three. It's only big me." All right. And I believe the
Bomb.
shots he gave was 75 to 85% to Aubrey.
Yes.
But J. Cole got touched too. He did get touched. And that what for 2 weeks, the from Cole's mouth, people wanted blood. People wanted him to go at Kendrick, wanted some type of vengeance, at least a great response. And then he released Might Delete Later, surprise EP/album with a number of songs featuring Cameron and Ari Lennox and Young Dro and Gucci Mane. They both needed a verse. But he also 7 Minute Drill, which also, let me give people an update, is no longer available on streaming service anymore.
He
Gone.
was playing. He was not
serious.
playing.
He responded with 7 Minute Drill, critiqued Kendrick's catalog, talked about him not being tall enough to compete, number of things. I enjoyed it. I thought it was Kendrick was on fire. I say J. Cole was like pre-heat, a little fire, a little heat. It was hot to touch, but it wasn't flaming. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But then he said he couldn't sleep. He said it wasn't sitting right in his spirit. And then at Dreamville, he virtually apologized. He apologized for releasing the record. He said it was the corniest thing he ever done in his career. And then he also said, hey, we're going to take that song off streaming, which he has now followed through on. And so as this moment right now, Drake has not responded to Kendrick. Kendrick has not said nothing back to Cole. Cole has apologized and deleted 7 Minute Drill. And we're all in anticipation. And also, let me not forget this one tidbit. Cole also said if Kendrick has a response, he's going to take anything to the chin. He's just going to take it all to the chin. Any blows that come, he's going to be a man. There's a lot of discourse. Facebook was showing out this week. Some people are like, hey, if I saw a couple, if you don't like that apology, then I see why you ain't got friends. Please. So yeah, that's all the stuff that ensued. Let me pass it to my guests and let's just go around the room with, as we are right now, 7 Minute Drill is gone. Kendrick is somewhere eating and laughing. Aubrey is somewhere, I don't know, swiping or playing with Sexy Red. I don't know. How do we feel? How do we feel about Cole? How we feel about the beef, the battle, where we at currently? How do you all feel? How do you all take? Because there's a lot of ties to Fayetteville here. Let's go, Kevin. I know it's sitting with you, so let's start with you, sir.
Sitting heavy on my spirit. I'm absolutely heartbroken. Now, up front, let me make it clear where my biases lay. Okay, the first artist I ever heard was Aubrey. Right, roughly 2009, successful Houston, Atlanta, Vegas era. 2010, I start to hear about Cole. Right, coming straight out of Fayetteville, my hometown. Right, and I start to hear him on some Jay-Z features. And then in 2011, I hear Kendrick Lamar on Rigor Mortis, right? And those three artists reflect like my birth in hip hop, right? My origins, some of my origins in hip hop. But to be clear, my bias lays with Kendrick Lamar because I love the type of art he does. I love the type of artist he is, but primarily with Jermaine because of the emotional connection to his music, because we're from the same hometown. I want to see people from my hometown doing well, right? With that being said, it breaks my heart. What happened absolutely breaks my heart because it's tough when you believe in somebody so much more than they believe in themselves, right? And for the last 10 years, it's felt like there's been this jostling for the top position, right? And I felt like over the past 5, Cole has had his narrative has been so unique from the other two in that you can see like the progressive improvement in his art, right? Like the improvement in his pen, his commitment to writing better and crafting better verses. And I can see that in his music, in his feature verses. Not that he ever made bad music, right? It was always great music, but you could see the development and improvement. And this moment right here felt like it was about to be a crescendo, right? Kendrick challenges them, right? The top dog, who many consider to be the top dog, challenges them. And Cole is in album mode, and he's absolutely in his prime. I'm of the opinion that Cole is in his artistic prime, right? So I'm excited. I'm like, this is Cole's moment. He's going to show everybody in hip hop that he's undeniable, right? Whether he wins the battle or not. I didn't care who really won, right? Although I had bias towards Kendrick and Cole winning. It was more so about, I want Cole to prove that he is one of those ones, to make it absolutely undeniable that he's one of those guys, right? Like, unequivocally. And this was the worst case scenario, y'all. Like, this was the worst case scenario. It couldn't have, it would have been better for him not to respond at all, right?
Yeah.
Like, to have responded, but to him, his heart not really be in the art, right? That's what really breaks my heart about it, because I thought that there would be more strategy from him and his team. I thought there would be more tact from him and his team. And I thought he, at 39 years old, it feels like he would have more artistic control, right? But it feels like, to me, maybe I'm wrong, he caved to some of the public pressure and to some of the private pressure to write a record that he did not really feel about somebody that's his friend and that he did not connect with artistically. And so he had to walk it back. There's an aspect of that I respect, because it's hard to fail publicly. But at the same time, I wish he would have realized behind the scenes first, hey, I don't really want to do this. I don't really feel this way about Kendrick at all. So I'm not going to let the record out. So.
Yeah, I agree. Very well put, poet. Yeah, I expected more tact from him too. I expected him to be thoughtful. The thing I keep thinking about, I'm like, don't you have PTSD from Control? Like, this is the same thing where Control came out. Everybody was looking like, who gonna say something? Who gonna say something? And then you finally said something, was like a warning shot, like similar, where it's like, hey, TKO. But it was like, you sat on that. You was even in the verse reflecting about how other people are saying, and your girl talking about it, stuff like that. So I think the one thing that really stood out to me is like his heart is not in it. Even when he's at Dreamville, one of the first things he says, like, I don't know how many Dreamvilles I got left, y'all. Like, what? Like, what? Yeah. I don't care, bro. I don't care. Ashley, when we were at Dreamville, I know there was a couple of moments I looked at you like, man, what?
Yeah.
But did you feel the energy from the other people, like they were disappointed too? Or how were you feeling when you heard this, when you were in person? So how did you feel when you heard this and you saw this from Cole?
My heart just smiled. I was I was like, he is literally the sweetest person on earth. It just made me feel so good about him. So if he didn't have a fan before, he has a fan now. I understand all the rap beef stuff and the whole, maybe he should have did it in private type of thing. That's just like Black folks. They want things to be done in private. Sometimes this is a public thing going on. He can't do it in private. No, he figured it out right there on that stage. And that's why I like it. It was raw. It was real. And it's like the realest. He made history. There's no one who's ever done anything like this before. And I understand that might not be good history to y'all.
We don't want that history. I'm sorry. Continue. We didn't want that history. We're embarrassed.
Hey, if he lost all y'all as fans, he gained me as one, and I'm like 3 fans in one. So I'm gonna buy the merch. I'm gonna buy the albums. Like it was just like the song he did to Summer Walker. It just felt like it was just real. It was just authentic, and yeah. I get it. As somebody who enjoys the beef and everything like that's all fun. But I'm the type of person, I don't separate the person from the music. I know other people can. They can separate the art from the artist. I'm not one of those people. I'm okay with being one of those people that feel as though you are the same person as you are in public as you are in music. I feel as though it's the same thing. So I feel as though that's what he did. He made real life, like what he talks about in his raps. He's really a mature ass man. Like he really is a grown ass man. And I really, really like that. But that's my opinion on it. I know my opinion is different from a lot of opinions, but that's just my personal
It's
opinion.
still valid. I love your perspective because I will say, if anything, he gets so much credit from me, and he gets even more respect from me because he was authentic and transparent. Like he's being himself, and he's also being vulnerable. Like it takes courage to do that. There's been many decisions where I just had to stand on, even if nobody else get it. Like, okay, I need to do it for me, just to sleep at night. Like whatever you got to do to sleep at night, because you're the one that got to look at yourself in the mirror every day. And so if you ain't proud of this and you feel it was corny, I'm glad he had the courage on Dreamville stage to do it. In North Carolina, he had the courage to do it. So I give him that respect. And even your perspective of even him doing it and gaining the fan, I respect it. I understand. JT, Kevin, you say something, Javon?
Yeah, just wanted to piggyback on something Ashley Fidel said before I let you hop in, Javon. Like, if there's one thing you have to respect about Cole, it's that he's not a fraud. Like there are artists who like they're not real artists, right? Like they're getting handed songs, they're getting handed lyrics, they're getting handed production. Their public persona is not, like Ashley said, it's not really who they are in private. But what you can be sure about Cole is what I'm putting in my art and what I'm putting in my public persona, I feel confident that's really who this man is in private. And that's really who what he bore on stage. Like his art, this is why it settles so poorly in the spirit, is because his art really has to be a reflection of who he is, right? And while from my perspective, when I heard 7 Minute Drill, I was like, oh, you speaking down on the Pimp a Butterfly? Oh, you don't really believe that, right? Because I didn't believe that, right? I didn't agree with what he said, but I'm like, oh, it's just a little cap in there just because it's a little jab. You know what I mean? It's just hip hop. It's just rap. He can still be cool with Kendrick and take a few jabs at his discography and things like that. But I know in private, you felt totally different about it. But I'm like, if you put out the record, then that means you were comfortable with doing a little rap cap and still having your friendship with Dot. But apparently, he couldn't do the rap cap and it settled well with him because he didn't like the public discourse that was happening around him. What I know about him is he cherishes them relationships more than he cherishes public opinion. So, hey, man, I got to respect that, man. I really do.
Well said. Javon, what do you have to say?
He's waiting for the invite. Javon,
we got to hear it, bro. Are we wrong? Are we wrong, bro?
So I've been doing my Googles. I've been doing my research. I am a Joe Budden listener. I am a Roy and Maul listener. I have listened to every hip hop Discord that has come out this week, and I have decised them all. And I wouldn't be unfrank. That moment may go down in history as the worst hip hop moment in hip hop history. It might go down single-handedly as the worst. Now, I'm very precise what I'm saying. The worst hip hop moment, and I want to say it's just that. It is a moment because it's been a lot of people going. People have been discrediting his entire discography. People have been discrediting his. People have been tearing him down left and right. It's a terrible moment. The moment is awful. We can't apologize. We can't do it. It's a moment. But like Ashley said, he is who he is. You go back to first person shooter. He was dissed by YB, where YB literally said, F you, Jermaine. And on first person shooter, he says, I still want to do a song with YB.
Thanks.
Go back even further. He was dissed by Lil Pump on a song and did a full sit down with Lil Pump and did a full poetry session with Lil Pump. This is who he is.
Yeah.
And so of course, as the fans, we want the moment.
Yep.
We want, and as Fayettevilleans, we like, because we hear the talk of like, the talk is Big Three, Cole, it's Drake, Kendrick, Cole, Kendrick, Drake, Cole. It's always like boom, like, and like Fidel said, he was inching. Like, it was undeniable he was inching. Like, oh, you can, oh, Drake's been making sus music. He shooting at girls. He like doing all this crazy weird stuff. He hanging out with teenagers, like, and Cole is rapping. So it was like, oh, he passing Drake. Kendrick, he putting out music, but it's like such a big gap. He's not really doing no features. He not doing Cole's out here doing features. He doing songs. We moving, boom, boom, boom. So it's undeniable that his climb, that he was moving up in the hip hop rankings. Were like, it was undeniable. You couldn't deny it. You couldn't be like, well, maybe no. He's bomb. He's the one. And so that's why I said the moment is bad, but you have to respect the fact that he is who he is. Even I go back to even the song he did, the diss to Wale, or the diss to, he literally, it wasn't even a diss. He literally was telling me, hey, I have a friend who he has fans. Appreciate the fans you got. That's literally all he was saying to Wale. Mm-hmm. You got fans. Appreciate the fans you got. Mm-hmm. So it's like, that's just who he is. But what you not gonna get mistaken is when y'all get on that track together, when y'all get on when it's song for song, and you gotta stand beside him, he coming to word. So when people say, oh, because I've heard people say, oh, he can't be in the top best rapper category. He can't be in the best rapper conversation. He can't be in the top rapper conversation. Why? So why? Last time I checked, the catalog is still the catalog.
Still there.
The music is still the music.
Mm-hmm.
Now it might, to some people, it might feel a certain type of people, but guess what? I listened to the song with him and Future on it today, and he sounds great.
Fire.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
On a song where he is literally talking about how he at the strip club with Future and he is thinking about his wife in the song.
Authentic.
On Future. He is on the King of Toxic song talking about being faithful to his wife. Come on, that's who he is. So it's like at the end of the day, the moment is bad, awful, horrible, crying. Okay, turn my lights off. PWC. It's everybody don't even know PWC. That's what.
What?
You gotta really be from here to know that.
He's like, you gotta really be like, you gotta feel like,
yeah, 2-6.
So that's that. But I wouldn't. But to me, the hyperbole of like, oh, he can no longer reach those heights. To me, that you're going too far. It's cap. That's capping that rap.
Yeah,
and that's all I got to say.
Yeah, I think most of the reactions I've seen are cornier than the songs and the apology. Like I saw the clip of Maul going ham on J. Cole. I'm like, this is the most I've ever seen you exude energy anytime. And it's because of this. Like when your man's has done numerous things, sat in women's chest, but we're not going there. But
he
all
called
the
it
things,
career suicide. He said career
overboard.
suicide.
This is not, because to me, if we're taking Cole out the top 3, the top rappers, who's there? Like, who's really there? Because to me, like you said, this is a bad moment. I think it's a tough moment. I think to me, this really might be an example for me, a good story about mental health and social media and standing your own, having confidence. Because I think to me, I recognize that as a nigga from the Ville and who loves therapy, where it's like, man, he was in his head. Like he just thinking he was on his own bubble. And I'm like, okay, it's not as, he made it more serious than it actually was. And
yes.
The way why he made it so serious, I'm like, okay, this is serious for him. Like he's still learning, he's still growing. He even said like his spiritual journey is only deepening and deepening. So I understand that, but I think that is resulting, like when he got in the bubble and he got in his head, he's thinking not in reality. It's not rational. So the response is like, hey, I apologize. Because to me, you're a professional basketball player. Yeah. Hip hop rapping is a sport. For the last couple of years, to me, you have been the king of hip hop from the off season on to Dreamville, those albums, from the features. You're holding it down. So I still got him up there. But to me, I'm like, isn't this what you were talking about? Like even songs of Mike Delete later is like,
I
oh,
can't.
well, if anybody looking for the smoke, I'm like, nigga, you just ran hard
It
from the
changes.
smoke. So that's where
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
he doesn't know how to discern from rap beef and rap battle. Like it's
Yeah.
the worst. What Kendrick was gonna do is you might get out rapped by him and he might say some stuff, but they're not pulling up. This ain't Tupac or Big. This ain't nothing like that. If anything, Kendrick and Drake is a little more beef than this.
Yeah.
So even the worst of it, to me, I don't think it was going off a cliff anyway. But he felt like that, and I respect it. But I do feel like for hip hop, for competitive, to me, I do look at him a little sideways only when I hear him talk that talk. Like there's songs on Might Delete Later that I feel like it's a classic already. But 10 years from now, 15 years from now, he's already a living legend, but he's gonna be on a different plane because the quality he's producing. Might Delete Later is a classic hip-hop album. So I have no doubt about his legacy.
Also predicted to sell like 140.
Yeah, it came in number 2, right under Beyonce.
It's like, hold on.
It came in number 2. So even you doing all that, but when you start talking that, to me, that street ball talk when you're on the court, that's when I look at you a little sideways, like, nigga, what? Like, okay, Cole, all right, sure.
Right.
And that's only then, because I even listening to the off season, listening to Mike Delete Later, listening to Firing Squad for the first time in a long time. I'm like, man, you got a little more heavier than what you said about Kendrick, but he's thinking about Thanksgiving. He's thinking about inviting Kendrick, sitting across from him at the table, and him being authentic. And that's what he's thinking about to me.
And I think also, just my last, I think even just the all we know, because like of rap history, this would have been like the first kind of, this was for him and then for them too, it's a different kind of beef. It's a beef where it's like there's no real animosity.
Nah.
Yeah.
So it's not even really a beef. So I hate to even call it a beef or call it a diss. It's more like, hey, these are two guys who are giving rap responses. I don't want to call them rap. I don't even want to call them rap disses. I don't know. These are two guys who are giving rap responses. Because like beef is like Meek Mills and Drake is beef. Like they have some issue, and then like songs came out of that. Or like how Chris Brown and Quavo, they're like there's an issue, and then songs came out of those issues. But like, there's no issue here. They're just two guys. So to me, even calling it a beef or calling them disses is, I can see how like, for him, like, I don't want to go that far. Because like, okay, I did this, and this is my line. This is the line I'm crossing. Yeah. And if I gotta make another song, and that song, like, I gotta go even further, I'm not willing to go that far. And then the second part is looking at this whole week and seeing how stuff is kind of breaking down. People are playing war games in the hip hop street. So if him in the industry and he's seeing, hey, he's taking a look like, yo, people are playing war games, and I don't want to play war games.
Yeah.
So that's a whole different, like you said, that's a different conversation. Like with the whole Kendrick stuff, the Future stuff, the Drake stuff. Like, I don't want to play war games. I came here to rap with my friends.
Yeah. And I think one of the I was trying to think about this, Luca. Why are we so, as Cole fans, why are we so like disappointed? I was like, this is emotionally affecting me. Like, I wanted to see this nigga doing well, right? Like, why is this really affecting my mood? And I realized it's like, okay, we as fans may have a fundamental misunderstanding about who this guy actually is, right? As a creative and as an artist. And he really just showed us who he actually is in his real life, right? Like I thought this was going to be a pivotal moment for his career, because again, like, you can see the buildup, like you can see the features, the writing, the albums, like you can see the development. And I felt like this was a moment for him to show, like, against Drake and Dot, like, I am the guy. I can't be denied anymore. Even if he got out rapped by Dot, he was going to earn a lot of respect, right? And I thought the timing was perfect, right? You see, Cole was building up he was already releasing vlogs. You could hear some of the snippets of his music, right? You could hear the development. He was on tour with Drake, right? He was doing the features. You knew his pen was sharp. He'd been building up for the fall off. And then Dot drops that bomb, 90% of which was directed at Aubrey, right? But it's almost as if Cole reacted like he had to respond immediately, when really it was Drake who really had the onus of having to respond, because that's who Dot really wanted to come outside. Dot really wants smoke with Drake. He think he's better than both of them, and as he should, but he really wants it with Drake, right? But Cole responded in a way to where he didn't really want to get involved, but he felt like he had to because of the public pressure. And I felt like I think about alternative ways this could have gone. Like I thought I was excited. I was watching Dreamville. I was live streaming. I'm sitting there all giddy, like, what he gonna do? What he gonna do? What is he gonna do? Right? And I'm thinking I'm like, bro, he gonna rap the verse and we gonna have a legendary all-time moment, right? But I wish he would have rapped the verse, right? Had his moment, and then just looked at the crowd and said, if he really, really didn't feel that way, hey, y'all, like, I got love for Kendrick Lamar. This is all in the spirit of competition. Don't take none of this too seriously. If he had to damper some of the talk a little bit, like he could have said that and it would have been straight. But, he had to retract the whole thing, man. Like,
Yeah, it's funny because literally a little bit with Ashley, a little bit with Deontay, even Javon, I was doing the same thing. I'm like, man, he's gonna get on stage and he's gonna rap the verse. And you at Dreamville, you can get him on a Dreamville screen.
Facts.
You can do that, this and that. He ain't do none of that. And I think that's what it adds to his authenticity of like him doing what he feels is best. But to me, from a hip hop, even I'm thinking like URL rap battle, like all time stuff. Even thinking about talking to the pro basketball player, like being on the court, and even seeing that clip of Kendrick and Kobe together, and Kobe describing Kendrick, and we know how Kobe was. I'm like, now, Kobe, you were in that conversation. You are, but as in on the court, as in like Will Smith always say, like, if I'm getting on the treadmill, you're gonna be the first one to go. I'm gonna die on the treadmill. Like I thought Cole, the way he was rapping, the way he was talking, he like, oh, I want you to meet me on the court. That's the only time I look sideways a little bit now. But to me, I thought of a couple of things, and we're gonna talk about Earth 1 and Earth 2 real quick, and then we're gonna look forward. And we're gonna focus on Aubrey a bit too, because he's not gonna sneak out of this.
Absolutely.
I really thought two things that J. Cole could have did. To me, he should have called Kendrick, could have called Kendrick directly. I think it would have made him feel better if he called and was like, hey, let's talk real quick. This is what I'm gonna do, or this is how I feel. I love you, but I'm about to give you this work. And Kendrick gonna be like, oh yeah, okay, great. But I feel like he'd have more peace if he went to the man that I know you got his phone number and I know you text. Like, if you want to do all that, you feel some type of way, call the man directly and let him know what you're gonna do. Also, I would have invited, like, I thought I wanted Cole to make an example of, dude, what up? I wanted Cole to make an example of Kendrick, even if he was bigger than this. Like, oh, okay, well, let me say a couple bars and make an example of you, or even just say how I feel. But I would have invited Kendrick to my backyard. Like, get on stage with me. Let's really do this. You do whatever you want to do. Say what you got to say. Play the song, and then I'm gonna have my fun. Like a versus, even. I probably would have did, hey, look, Kendrick, let's do a versus right here on Dreamville. We going back to back. Like, to me, I thought he had all the leverage. He's had the hit songs, the placards. His label is bigger than TDE. Like, you have all of the festival. You have everything. Make an example of this little boy. But to me, I think he just got lost in the sauce. And I understand.
Because he was stressed out.
Yeah.
Did you see him at Dreamville? My boy was stressed out. You know how many phone calls he was getting, emails he was getting? Like, he was absolutely stressed out. All the mics weren't working at Dreamville. Remy was literally, I seen the videos of Remy. I was even on the side. And I'm just like, he was going through it. Nicki Minaj an hour late. Like,
yeah. That pissed me off more than apology is the production. Like, if you want to talk about stuff, because Kendrick, J. Cole have said wild stuff on Wax before about other things, but literally Dreamville, love Dreamville. I love the opportunity to go. Shout out to Al B for the ticket. But from the production, from the people, replacing Money Long with Huncho, like, that pissed me off more than, I got more smoke for Cole about that than this apology. Like, Monica came, she was late, did 4 songs. She looked amazing, sounded good. Jeezy, Jeezy had his stuff right. he made
Jeezy
sure.
was the only person. This was a Jeezyville.
Yeah,
That's what it should have been
Key Glock-
called. Jeezyville.
Key Glock didn't even do all the songs I wanted him to do. He barely did any of him Dolph songs. I'm just like, okay, but that's the more smoke I have for J. Cole other than this apology.
Yeah, I think that
Dreamville
he
is
had a
the
really
reason
stressful day.
all this happened.
It was just a week. It was just a
No,
week of
I'm thinking about like if Drake. I'm sorry, like if Cole goes say in the timeline, Cole knows Dreamville's coming up.
Yeah.
He knows this Kendrick Lamar record is out.
Yep.
He also already knew he was going to release Might Delete Later.
Absolutely.
Coming before Dreamville. They've been doing that for the last 2 years. So the people, and that's what I made the mistake. There's no way people are gonna be like, Cole put out a whole project and there's no mention on that. There's no mention of that song. Now that's a possibility, but just even that, I feel like people have been like, oh, Cole came out and he ain't even because people would have had a problem with that too. I thought that would have been a subsection that would have been all this. So it's like,
But it
I can
was
see
the
the
worst case
pressure.
scenario, though.
Yeah, it's like, but I can see the pressure of like him going like, oh man, Dream. It's literally 2 weeks. So it's like the song come out, he knows, hey, I got my Lee Later coming. This is done. I got Dreamville done. There's no way I can put this project out and not mention this at all. I gotta do something. So now you get this song that he don't really feel, that he don't really care. Like it filled rush, like, and whereas Drake, there's no oncoming project. So there's no pressure for him to really have to do anything other than the people.
I think speaking of Drake, let's go to him real quick. Future released I Still Don't Trust You with Metro today.
I still don't trust you.
I saw a lot of people.
We still don't trust you. As in Vengeance versus Thanos.
I don't think I ever trusted you, sir. I don't think I ever trusted Future.
Well, they is
absolutely
jumping
not.
this man.
And that's what ASAP Rocky's on it, and his verse, like, oh, I hit it first. Weekend talking about boys make TikToks and leaks and stuff. To me, in my opinion, some stuff might be subliminals, but a lot of it is, to me, conspiracy. Like, we want to see it, and he's saying this and he's saying that. Like, I need people to talk directly. Now, do I still think this is slights to Drake that even everybody's even hanging out and making songs? Definitely. Like, Weekend hanging out with Future and Metro Boomin. Drake don't like that.
Yeah.
ASAP Rocky, and that's why I think
I say, when last time ASAP did a feature?
Drake is a coward at this point for me. I don't know where he's at. He's ducking a lot of smoke, but also if it really gets bad, like ASAP Rocky alone, that can be nuclear. Cause I don't know what ASAP gonna say out his mouth, and I don't know what you gonna say. And y'all better, Rihanna. I'll fight for her. You talk about somebody fight. You better leave. You better keep it classy. And even the Weekend.
But to me, even putting Cole on the project, like you can tell that's an older verse. Like that verse, and the internet is so
that was just messy.
So
Metro Boomin is messy.
The internet is so dumb. They're like, oh, Cole's on the Future verse, and he just got this. Y'all really think like, oh, Cole just wrote this verse? Like,
this week? In the last 2 days?
After he apologized?
Like when we talk, like the internet, and also like and it really kind of proves Cole's point. Like the internet is dumb. They just dumb.
Narrative. Yeah.
Like even that song, they was like, that song been out. That's an old Future song that's been like leaked for months ago.
Yeah.
Even in the J. Cole blogs, it shows videos of him in the studio with Metro Boomin.
Yeah, with Metro.
Like, people's like, it's genius. But it is genius on Future Metro Boomin.
Oh, yes.
Like, hey,
yes.
Chess move.
I love the war games. I love Battleship. I love it. Like I feel like people are smarter than what I'm giving them credit. Like I love all the chess moves and the little pokes. It's great. It's great. Do I need some direct shots like names? I think we're at that part where there's already been too much Twitter fingers. There's already been too many subs. And that's how Drake got into this mess anyway. Years and years of subs and finessing and all this stuff. So I need real. To me, if it's not real, I'm discrediting it. Like God bless. I don't care. If you're not giving real direct, at least like real scenarios and situations in your lyrics, you just want clout for me. I need you to be direct.
So with all I'm in a position where I got to defend Drake. This is tough. I mean,
Defend Drake. For
I'm
what?
gonna defend Drake. I'm gonna advate for Drake in this particular case, right?
I'm
Even
glad
though I've
you're
got a
saying
million.
it.
Somebody. He
Let
needs
me put you on
somebody.
the spotlight. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I'm gonna defend him in this particular case. What he needs to do in this scenario, he doesn't need to focus on Weekend. He doesn't need to focus on Metro. He doesn't need to focus on ASAP Rocky. Those aren't the real principal threats here. He needs to focus on the Compton kid. He's got to focus on the good kid. He's the real threat. Because when you take him out, you take the rest of them out. You're going to get more credit for battling him and having better bars against him than anything else you could do. Forget ASAP Rocky. He's not important. Respect to no disrespect to ASAP Rocky, but for Drake in this particular scenario, it's Kendrick who is your foe. It's Kendrick who is your peer. Kendrick is the boogeyman of this. Like, he is the grand provocateur of rap. He did it with Control and he did it again, right? They've been jabbing at each other, subliminal shots for the last 10 years. Like, I know you saying, this is where I'm saying I'm gonna defend Drake. I know you saying, like, it's only been 3 weeks since the Like That verse came out. Cole makes a misstep 2 weeks after the fact. Like, Drake needs to be very strategic about this, right? And make sure that he doesn't just have a song ready. He needs to have bars ready for the future, right? Like, he has to have anticipated bars for what Dot is going to drop, because Dot is not going to play with him. This is a real beef. They don't like each other,
I
right?
waited 4 days, nigga. Where y'all at? Unquote Drake. It's 3 weeks.
I also think you're looking at the wrong thing. Yes, Kendrick is the challenge because that is the peer.
Mm-hmm.
Drake is a petty man.
True.
Future is also a very petty man.
Mm-hmm.
King Petties.
That is, I'm telling you, when the smoke comes out, he's going for Future first because that is real beef over some outside music stuff. The Kendrick stuff is just music. The Kendrick stuff is like, oh, he feel like he better than me, blah, blah. That's just music. We can do that whenever. The outside stuff on the pillow talking, the girl sleeping with the same girl,
Right.
he gonna address that.
But
first.
I don't want that stuff.
Yeah,
I don't
you
put.
gotta have
I
it. That's
I don't care what you
I
want.
want the tea. I want the drama. I want
I don't
the
care what you want.
don't give that
That's
as
what I
much
want.
weight.
I want him to come at Future because Future is his BFF, and so
This whole
And that's
party,
the thing.
I want to hear all the BS that he
the
has.
whole album is, hey, you've been pillow talking to these girls about me. Now we're gonna talk about it. That's literally the whole 2 albums.
Niggas are nasty.
They
That's
know
how
stuff
niggas are
about each
nasty.
other. I know they know
two
stuff about
albums
each other.
of
They was all at the
He did
Diddy
2
parties. They all nasty.
They all sleeping with the same 20
That's
girls.
why I'm like,
It's the worst.
that stuff is fun, like him, Future, even Rocky and ASAP and Metro, whatever. But to me, I'm more focused on this. I want Kendrick, him to focus on Kendrick because it's of substance. Like when we go to the Future route, we're going to the trap. We're going to the strip club. We're going to the BBLs and shade room. They all nasty. They all messing with the same girls and all that stuff for years. Because like they are friends. I think they're more friends than Kendrick and Drake. Like they're hanging out, slumming it up. And we're going to get that. But to me, I put like, it's not as hefty, as weighty as the Kendrick one. The thing about the Kendrick is with Drake, he gotta come correct and be serious because to me, you've already went down in your position in my book, in my rankings. If you really get embarrassed even further by Kendrick, and we already hate your last 4 albums, when people are jumping you in the comments and we're talking about this stuff, guess who laughing? Guess who at the comedy show? Me. Because I don't like them albums and you couldn't follow through. You had all that smoke for Meg. You had all these smoke for all these other people. But when a real nigga pull up to you and check your card, guess what you do? You can't call Jay Prince for this one.
Well, so you said,
but we talk about industry beef and like real beef. And so it's like 2. That's what I'm saying. The Kendrick Lamar stuff is industry smoke only. There's no real Drake don't really hate or have any real animosity to me to Kendrick. He just feel like I'm better than that nigga. Him and Future, really, there is some really him, Future, Metro Boomin, Rick Ross. There is some real underlined things.
Nasty, it's all nasty.
I'm telling you, I'm saying that is the stuff
disgusting.
because that is the personal. That's the personal stuff.
Yeah.
So he gonna go for the think about all the Drake attacks where Drake really try to go after people. He go after Meek because Meek attacks him personally.
Yeah.
Meek personally attacked his pen, his character. He go after same thing with Pusha T. A little bit. These are people who are challenging his pen. These are people who challenging his character. So it goes more than just like, oh, who is rapping better on songs. I am challenging your character and your personality in the streets. Yeah. And I'm telling you, that's gonna be the stuff that Drake, because that's what Drake care about. Drake care about how people perceive him.
Here's one thing we can be certain about Drake taking on Dot. Number one, based on his history, we know his beat selection is going to be right? He's going to pick the right instrumental for the battle. Number two, he'll have the right chorus, right? He did it against Meek. He did it against Pusha. Yeah, he lost the beef against Pusha, but the beats was fire. The choruses was fine. It's not like he was bad. He just got outdone, right? But what's going to matter with Dot is Dot is a lyricist. And Drake has not been, his albums, he's not been focusing on his pen. He hasn't been conditioned for something like this. And this is why it let me down with Cole, because Cole was conditioned for something like this, but he didn't have the mindset. The thing with Drake is, I don't know. I know he has the mindset where he's willing to participate, hopefully, but I don't know if he has the pen to match what Dot is going to come with lyrically. You get what I'm saying? But like his beat selection, his chorus is going to be right. But Fidel, how does he go down? Did he go down in your rankings just because he didn't respond within a few days?
No, he went down after these last 4 albums. Every album he's released, he went down. His little beef with Meg, he went down.
Yeah, corny.
Even him getting on first person shooter, I was like, accolade, great, you sound good.
No, he got washed.
Yeah. But when you got washed, like
he got washed.
You go down. And because he hasn't responded yet, he goes down even more. Like this just accelerated him down, where before he was like my number 4, number 5. I'm giving him a good 7, 8.
Who was 3? Wale?
Big Sean.
Big Sean, okay.
Big Sean.
Big Sean.
Hey, don't laugh about Wale.
And you
oh, no.
Because I say Wale is up there. Wale's before Wale might, if you ask me right now, he might be before Drake right now. Because his quality, like that's the thing I said about Drake and putting him down. It's about comparison of what people have done and what they haven't done. Drake has done a lot that I don't care for. He's been very active, just talking, doing all this, blah, blah, blah. Wale, he's there, at least he's been quiet and he's released me great albums. Like Florin 2. Amazing album. Yeah. Like that's how I feel about Big Sean.
Nothing.
I'm about nothing. Amazing. Great. Big Sean. Precision hit song. Detroit
Dark
2.
Sky Paradise.
Classic album. Dark Sky Paradise. Detroit 2 classic. That's his last album. I'm like, well, let me go back to his last album and look at Drake's last classic album. Like that's why I'm saying like he's went down because of all those other things, but this right here ain't helping. Like the more time to me, I already was like, last week, you should have released something, but the fact that it's been like 3 weeks and it's still Friday, and even Cole has given you a bar or at least something to stand on, like some prior resources and information, like, and you still ain't said nothing. And then everybody else apparently is just jumping in on the jumping. I'm like, man, come on, bro. Like you get on Instagram and you do these little captions. And like, I'm over
the
that.
captions.
That's what makes it go down.
He just like JT and Carisha. What you mean?
Screw him.
Just like JT and Carisha.
I love that. That's
and great, Ashley. Speaking of JT and Carisha, they went at it on Twitter this past week.
They pieced it up though. They pieced it up.
They pieced it up after, but initially and I don't know what started it, but summary. I know Carisha felt sideways and no bars were about her. She called her very unsupportive, but JT's like, I've been there for you and I showed up. She told leave Santana at the house. Don't bring him in this. Probably been protecting her. But they've said more. Now, all these things I'm telling y'all, I'm only giving you short recaps. I'm not going through all the tweets.
It's a whole.
When we get to Meek Mill, I got 2 lines about Meek Mill. That's it.
A whole thread.
But I do know
Yeah,
they were going at it publicly on Twitter really bad. And I don't think we wanted to see that. But also, I will say, JT, as like where her beef with Glow, don't sit up here and embarrass yourself. Don't embarrass yourself where I'm looking at you sideways because you the one that look a little deranged. And at least put it on wax. Say it in the song. But this Twitter stuff, you acting like your mama, Nicki Minaj. You acting like her. Just
even the shot at Glow was weird. Like Glorilla literally had a song about, hey, wouldn't it be cool if the two biggest female rappers stopped beefing and came together? And hey guys, I don't have no problem with JT. We not friends.
Literally,
but I don't have no problem with her. That's
Literally
what the song, and people was like, and then somehow that turned into, oh, she ain't hit me she ain't hit me. Like what? How did we get there?
I don't need to hit you. Like I literally, I'm coming correct and putting it on the record. But I'm also, what I'm saying is very literal. There's no shadiness. There's no nothing. We ain't the best of friends, but we ain't got no beef. Because she probably wanted to make things clear too. Like these little rumors, a rumor that Glow might have touched her, might have hit her or did something before at the award show. And that's what she's referring to. But it's like she could have easily said something that's really salacious or like a real shot. And it's like, no, we ain't got beef. She literally said, we ain't got beef. We don't.
Exactly.
What are you fighting about?
And then what JT do? Get on Twitter. Stop making these posts. Get in the booth. You are a solo artist now.
She can take you.
Yep.
Exactly. I believe if Glow touched you, I believe she got you. Okay.
She got you.
Let it be.
Yeah.
JT said that she would stab Glorilla on the internet. Like you, ma'am, you have committed. You have a crime. You have
already been to jail. She already know what it is.
She got 9 mugshots.
She ain't thinking clearly.
You total yourself.
Get off the internet. Like, what are you doing? Why are you
she went to jail the first time? Or the ninth time?
No. You heard what Glorilla said. She said them mugshots was for stealing, not for fighting.
Not for fighting.
And this is how you treat another girl coming in the game. Like this how you do it? Like, come on. Like I said, you already a solo artist trying to get your hits and trying to do stuff by yourself. I support you doing that. Yeah. If anything, get on wax or just leave all this stuff alone. But getting on Twitter and going at your girl and then going at Glorilla, who got the hottest song in the nation still to this day. Like, come on.
And that second song is moving too. That song with her and Megan is moving.
It's hot.
And her project, her mixtape is great.
The challenge
now, and that's why it's titled Beef Battles and Booty. Because I will say this, I'm staying away from that challenge. Y'all are not gonna get me. I'm strong, okay? Because it's amazing, and you're not.
You don't know what you're missing.
They getting the hitters out.
I'm missing. I know what I'm missing out on.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I know what I'm missing out on, and I'm happy I'm missing out because I already seen too much. I was like,
the girls said, we dancing? It's
same as bookmarks. When I started saying bookmarks, I had to stop.
Twerking.
Man, come on.
I love it.
Who on there?
And then they called out Kaylani. I was like, no, you can't.
Kaylani was like, I got all muscle on my ass.
And I'm glad you said it. Because no.
Watch.
No.
I love it.
No.
I love it.
No.
I'm here for it. I can't wait to see more videos.
My heart can't take it. I'm done. I can't. I stayed away from it. I had my little rabbit hole on Twitter the other day. I was like, yo, I'm too far. They were posting.
You can make a compilation. You can make a compilation now. You can just put them all together in one.
This is giving me flashback to that Red Door challenge. I got caught up with that. I'm done with that. I learned my lesson. I'm not getting because this is a good channel. I saw Miss Twerk some today. I was like,
Miss Twerk some. People Miss Twerk something out of them.
Lord have mercy.
We're talking 09, baby. We back at it.
What?
She pop up. You know it's serious.
I can't do it.
Get serious.
Don't let them get the game. Don't let them get the game back together. They're gonna get the game back together.
Yeah,
no.
Don't get the game back together.
Don't get the game back together.
I'll say this.
Call Betty Boo. What's her name? Betty Butt. Call Betty.
That's why I'm staying away because if they really get the girls like Chloe, like Tiana Taylor, like people, Meg again, even Glow, Lotto, like.
Ooh, no, it's just too much.
Lotto.
It's too much.
Yeah.
Chloe Ray was in there today. I think Chloe Ray dropped one.
I'm staying away from all that.
I'm trying
She even got the little booties doing it.
I can't.
What? And let's transition. We got okay. I got 3 beefs. Pick one before we go to the other. I got Meek Mill and Wale.
Mhm.
I got Azalea Banks and Doechii, and I got Quavo and Chris Brown. Pick a beef. Pick a beef.
I can sum all of them up real fast. It's foolish nonsense, and I love all of it.
I agree.
The thing, let's go quick with Quavo and Chris Brown. The thing I respect about them two, they actually are putting it on wax.
They are.
Chris Brown had a song called "Tender" on 1111 Deluxe Edition. I'm like, man, I can't even get through all that. He said
30-something songs.
Sipping on that
30-something songs.
1942 because I don't do no Quavo. Freak B, she like Casamigos, not the Migos. And then Quavo responded on Freak, you did the be wrong, and now the be gone. She posted with a thug. Call the beef on. She won't come home. Don't beat her up. It must be the drugs. Need to cross out your plug.
And don't beat her as an ad lib.
Don't beat her up.
Don't beat her
as an ad lib.
Now I'm not gonna stand by.
He's sinister.
I do not support Karrueche being in the middle of this.
Poor Karrueche.
If I was her, I'd release a good statement like, y'all niggas need to shut up about me. All right? Because I ain't with none of y'all.
I'm
niggers.
just selling my feet pics on OF and let me do my thing.
Thank you. Let me live my life. But I do respect this one because they're getting to it. Well, no matter what it is. Right. And it's probably been fuming sometime. The fact that when Quavo got with Karrueche, it was already beef. We know Chris Brown is already possessive already over that girl. And I'm glad they're getting to it. With this one, it's like, oh, wow, but I'm staying away from it because I don't think Chris Brown is saying enough for this. And I don't think Quavo is saying enough. He needs a lot of healing.
Like people can get touched. Like,
exactly.
People can get bad.
Quavo still is upset and sad about Takeoff. He need real healing therapy. Chris Brown, he better not be on them drugs.
Is a maniac.
And I know he got nigga friends and he be hitting people. And I ain't got time for, if he saw Quavo like in a line going to some club or just in passing, I'm not putting past Chris Brown to do something.
He's running and fighting him.
Exactly.
He is running. He's going to full-blown sprint towards him.
And he's like, yes, this is my chance. I'm a real nigga. And will I respect him for doing it? Yes, but stay away from him. Stay away.
Dance over there. He'll do a backflip. He'll do a backflip over there.
No, he's gonna do like he did Dre. He's gonna get that bottle and start to getting it, man. Doechii, Azalea Banks. Azalea
Banks is disrespectful.
She's just a problem. Like, make
Azalea
music.
Banks said Doechii was an ugly version of her. She said Doechii should call her fans wannabes. And then Doechii wrote, the first time you came for me, I let it slide out of respect for my elders. It's not my fault you selling bussy soap and I'm selling platinum records. Leave me alone. PLEAS in capital letters.
I love the Doechii's response from this one and the initial time because Doechii's like, I'm making music. Leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
That's like, I'm not going to engage with you. And so it really takes the air out of anything Azalea says. Because you can't fight yourself.
And she does this all the time, too. She, like, as a person who, she has some good music. You are talented, but you don't do that. You've got jaded over the industry. And since the last 5 years, all you do is cry about everybody else. Like I don't think you're mentally stable either. I remember she was saying she was cutting chickens and doing all that stuff in her room one time.
A little bit of witchcraft.
Just a little bit. She needs some friends. She need to get off the internet. That's the one person who needs to log off. Meek Mill is a person who needs to log off.
You don't understand he's making it worse for himself.
Take the phones. Take the phone, take the laptop, take the Wi-Fi. He can't have no access to anything that outside.
I would never believed anything before, but I believe everything now. Like I feel as though
everything.
He was getting diddled by Diddy. He was definitely getting diddled by Diddy. So
somebody on Meek's PR team just needs to can we delete Twitter? Because year after year, it's just something embarrassing that's hurting the brand.
Why?
And it's just not.
He don't want Twitter though. I mean, he
don't want a battle rapper. We love you.
I don't want PR.
we love your music. We like the things that you say. You're a good rapper, better than some of these other guys. Why do you tweet more than you rap, bro? And you're not even saying logical stuff. You're also out there, bro.
Facts. Facts.
But to me, I also think it's like a thing like I'm okay with all these fake friends. That's what like this all the beef stuff. I'm okay with all these fake friendships dying because a lot of these friendships have been fake for a long time.
It is fake.
Like we've clearly seen him and Wale. They were on the same label, but there was always some kind of it just never seemed right.
Never
like,
real.
We're forcing something together that wasn't there. So it's like if it's that, like y'all both on 2 different labels now. Like y'all don't have to have. Why are we beefing at WrestleMania?
At
WrestleMania. We're at
WrestleMania is actually happening. The Rock is coming out right now. Why are we beefing?
And the thing is, y'all not even beefing for real because if y'all would, y'all get in the ring. It's WrestleMania. Y'all two both love wrestling. Get to work. Like, get to work. Like, y'all not. I think Wale's a real nigga in this, and he gotta combat this guy. But it's still like I'm with you, Javon. Like all this, the fakeness to me is being revealed this year. And like even with Ross and all them, to me, I believe y'all was doing some hood rat stuff with each other and sleeping with all these girls. Y'all weren't true friends. Y'all were true niggas. Y'all was slimes. Y'all was YSL, but y'all weren't. Y'all not Kendrick and Cole friends. Even Kendrick, Cole and Drake are more friends than Meek Mill and Wale. But this right here is and like I said, Meek, the more you tweet, the more you open your mouth, and it's not rap. If it's not, the intro, you steady go down for me. Where it's like now you're not getting no respect. Like Wale's always somebody who he had to fight for his own respect, but you're somebody you're going to keep getting disrespected because you keep talking.
And Wale,
I feel less bad about not knowing the lyrics about Dreaming Nightmares. I'm okay with not knowing all the lyrics now because who cares about Meek Mill?
I mean, you got to learn, but that's one you might have to learn. That we care about that song. We care about it.
Hey, if she's in it while the song's going, fake it till you make it.
Right.
Because at this point,
I thought I was finished. I was just saying y'all thought I was finished.
Because they only play half of it anyway nowadays. They skip to the second half real quick. Right. So you can finesse.
Very true.
Speaking of finessing, I don't know how we finesse out of this situation. But I really just want to take 5 minutes to just talk about climate change and global warming. And we had the largest earthquake in 25 years in Taiwan last week. This week, it's been tornado alley everywhere. Louisiana, New Orleans had all that flooding. Are you people good? I saw that. I was like, yo.
My cousin is a bus driver, and she literally still had to drive the bus. And these kids were walking in 3 or 4 feet water all the way up to their stomachs. Like they were literally having to walk in that. It was ridiculous.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like us as society, America, we're just going along like nothing's happening. Like go draw that bus through that water. Like I don't even in North Carolina, how are we supposed to dress? Like it used to be, it was cold in the morning, get hot later on the day, but we at least some stability. Now every other week is different type of weather. Even at Dreamville, it got a little colder. The other week it was hotter than it was at Dreamville. Then a couple days later, you see right after the eclipse, cloudy, rain.
Thanks.
It's hotter today than it was yesterday. It's just so topsy-turvy.
You gotta wear shorts and a hoodie. You gotta wear
That's what I wore for my gig at Fayetteville State. I literally wore a sweatshirt and a hoodie, a sweatshirt and some shorts. That's why when we went to
a poncho in your pocket. You gotta keep a poncho in your pocket.
I kept a poncho
and some rain boots.
I don't got any rain boots. I did keep a poncho in my bag though, just in case. But it's wild. I really want to say like we have to do something. If anything, just be more mindful, but things just can't keep going same old, because it's ridiculous. And I think about, of course, I think about the children of our future. I'm like, I ain't no telling what kind of climate y'all gonna be in. But as a society, Biden, get to work, man. Get to work. Captain Planet, we need you, buddy. Come back.
Captain Planet, call him.
We need a hero.
We need a reboot so we can educate people
Facts.
via Captain Planet. Jeez.
Yeah.
Is there anything y'all want to say on the weather? Because it's been stressing me out. That's probably been one thing's top of my list. Because it seemed like we're just doing the same old, same old.
And even the earthquakes was weird. Like the earthquakes in like New York.
In New
In New York,
Forgot about the New York earthquake. That was a week ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's scary. It's scary times.
I think somebody said there was like a small one here, like in North Carolina. Like small.
We don't need that.
But even then, like I know at least twice a year now, there's like more earthquakes in North Carolina than I think. Like even when I was in South Carolina, there was a couple there. I was like, this ain't a thing, man. Like, why are we?
When has
we
this ever
doing
been a
this?
thing?
Yeah, I definitely need people to stay prayed up. I think the other thing too, I want to implore people is like go outside and have fun, but you don't have to be outside every day, all night, doing everything. If you see a tsunami outside, if you see it coming down, stay in the house. Even, and I know essential workers, like you said, bus drivers, like people that you got to go to work. Also, be mindful of your own. Like if it's look dangerous outside, I wrote this on a TikTok because I don't know what happened. I think in Kentucky, it was a real bad storm, but a student got blown around. She got blown to the ground. It looked really, really bad. But I was like, no, why are you out there? You see what's going on. They were like, well, maybe it didn't start when she was inside. But I'm like, now you saw this. Whether you walk it or not, you saw this. This looked like the day after tomorrow. That's what that looked like. Like you need to stay in. Please, y'all, protect yourself. You know what
Protect
you
your
need to? Last announcement, PSA. I know we don't do it, but them little first aid kits, all your documents and the flares and all that, your chargers. Please, let's do that stuff now. Like my charger,
I got a whole to-go bag.
it's
Batteries.
right here. I need a to-go bag. I have my charger. It's not charged, and I need to charge it. It's stuff like this where it's like we need to be prepared. We need to be prepared.
Yes.
Be prepared.
Hey, speaking of be prepared, let's go to some entertainment. This is gonna be our last heading. This is a healthy section, but I'm gonna go through all the bullet points, but probably not in order. Javon, you just said be prepared. Are you guys excited for Mufasa on December 30th? The Lion King 2 live action.
I need to know what it's about.
It's like a prequel to the origins of Mufasa and his life and times growing up as the king of the jungle.
Live action.
That sounds fire.
It's from the same people who did the first live action Lion King.
It can't look like the last one. If it looked like the last one, I don't want it.
I saw one picture and it looked exactly the same.
Oh boy.
I'm fine with that, long as it's like a storyline I don't know. Because
Mhm.
the worst part about the last one was because you had to compare it to the animated version the entire time.
Yeah.
And this is a new story, so I feel as I can give it a fair shot. Like I won't be so biased. I could go into it and have better expectations.
I'm kind of with you on
I would
that.
love if they like focus on, to me, even though it's the Mufasa movie, I would really hope they would focus on Scar.
That'd be fire.
Obviously.
Because
Yeah.
I hope so, yeah.
even other like the like, I think if I'm not mistaken, Scar is the older brother, right?
Yeah.
So like just even that, I need to know that story. Like, okay, if Scar is the older brother, why is he not the king? Like, what happened to like the Scar? Him even is Scar his real name? Did he like what did he call the Scar? Like, I'm that story of what happened for y'all to get this rift.
Good
I
point.
probably, even if it was titled Scar Mufasa, I'd probably be a little bit more excited because that'd be pretty dope. I think of
Or
like
if it was
Hobbs
just a
and
Scar
Shaw.
movie,
Just
if it
Scar.
was
I'm cool
a
with
Scar
just
movie,
I might be first in line with just Scar. I might like, that's not a story I know. Also, Scar's a great character. Now, how they did him in the live action, I don't know, because they changed up Be Prepared, and I didn't like that. But yeah, hopefully, I'm with you, Ashley. Like, if this is what we haven't seen before, I could just connect to it. I don't know if Beyonce's coming back, but I don't know if I want her to be there. Like, that kind of threw me off. But even if we get like origins of like even Timon and Pumbaa, the Sarabi, Zazu, like all the people, like just their
Everybody.
early beginnings, like the kingdom, even the kingdom when Mufasa was a kid. Like, what did that look like? I think so. I'm cool. Now it's coming out at the December 30th at the end of the year. I feel like they have some energy into it, but we'll see because they did just throw it right at the end of the year.
I feel like we think we should have a trailer by like June, July. I feel like June, July we need to have at least a trailer.
Yeah, 4th of July, we'll probably get something. We might get something with Inside Out 2. Inside Out 2 is coming out June 14th. So I wouldn't be surprised if we got something there, or Moana 2 is coming out November 27th as well. We'll definitely have a trailer by then, but maybe Inside Out 2. That's a good
those both of them will come out this year. I didn't realize it was coming out this year.
Yeah.
Man, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I feel like they haven't really given us a whole bunch of information on Mufasa, but Inside Out train is going. I feel like they can bump up the train a little bit more, and I'm sure it might bump up because people love Inside Out. I like Inside Out, so I need to see all the cast. I need to see clips. I need to see the story, whatever it's going to be. But I'm excited for Inside Out 2. I'm excited for Moana 2 as well because of the brand. Do I trust Disney? And I only say that because Moana 2, it originally was supposed to be like a series, a Disney Plus series. But they said, you know what, let's finesse it and make just a sequel to the movie. And so that's why I'm kind of like, now what, y'all originally playing this, and maybe it's so good, it's just so awesome, they're making it into a sequel. I like Moana 1, so you know what, they're getting my money anyway. Zaya really like Moana. I just want them, don't shortchange Moana, don't finesse it.
You get Emmanuel, he can come back, get some more songs.
Yeah, and they delayed the live action Moana to, I want to say 2026. It's supposed to come out next year, but they delayed it to 2026. And we all know your boy is coming back, The Rock. So they delayed that for 2 years because that was supposed to come out next year.
Would that be the fastest from switch to like cartoon to live action of a property?
Because it's pretty quick.
It's been less than 10 years. Like Moana been out.
By that time, I think did Moana come out 2016, 2018?
Let's do the Googles. Yeah, it's a pretty, when you bring it up, yeah, that's pretty quick. I can't 2016. I really can't compare.
By the time it comes out, it'd be 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still, and even Disney, they probably like, hey, let's get this money. We got The Rock.
I'm gonna say because we think about and I get it. I'm saying because we think about they're still. Only reason I say that because there's still Disney princesses that haven't got their live action movies yet.
Yeah, true.
That can easily be done too. Let's go to, so we got G.I. Joe and Transformers. That's coming. Get excited for that. I'm not excited. I'm excited to when the movie and the trailer comes out and I can buy a ticket. That's when I get excited because that last one I wanted it to be better. It wasn't horrible, but I wanted to be better. But like even with G.I. Joe, I don't know what they're doing. Like they being soldiers. Like,
and that's one thing about it. G.I. Joe was so bad. They was like, we can't make a G.I. Joe movie. We're just gonna put them with the Transformers.
Exactly. Even is it connected to Snake Eyes that we all saw and love? Like, because they killed it. That was the last G.I. Joe thing they came out with.
Wait, it's a wait. It's a crossover? G.I. Joe and Transformers in the same movie?
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
It's what we all been waiting for.
Did you see the last Transformers movie?
I didn't. When did that one come out?
In the Rise of the Beast, in the last Transformers, literally the very last scene, the main kid, he basically, somebody like slides him a card and he's like, well, we like you, blah, blah, we want you to join our team. And then like this wall opens up and it's like G.I. Joe.
Who asked for this? We don't associate those two brands. They don't go together. They don't rock.
Board? You mean money? The financial experts? Sure. They asked for this.
Like we've got this IP.
Sell more toys.
Like
might as well.
The G.I. Joe toys and the Transformer toys, they're going to make a buttload of money. That's what they want. Really.
They really brought back G.I. Joe. That's funny.
Speaking of Transformers.
They make a good G.I. Joe movie. It's just crazy.
Yeah, which is, to me, I'd rather you just be like, hey, new Transformers and just finesse it. Like, don't even mention G.I. Joe. Like, put them in there, but don't make that as a get because I'm not.
Bring back Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, bring him back and Marlon Wayans.
And
Okay.
Charlotte Buff is like like he older now, so like it's like some new person. He got a and he got the original Bumblebee. Ooh, and somehow you can
Yeah,
And
that's
bring
good.
back washed Megan Fox.
I'm down with bringing back Megan Fox.
Why not?
Bring back as many as you can. Okay. Even Mark Wahlberg, bring him back.
Anthony
you want
Anderson.
no,
Tyrese never
Tyrese.
left. Okay. Anthony Anderson, bring him back. Let me try to think of any other people that's
The parents. The parents.
Yeah, the parents. They're good.
It can work.
All the racist Autobots, bring them back. Yeah.
The ones they just curse. Yeah, those.
Transformers, also other news. Transformers 1, starring Chris Hemsworth, Brian Tyree Henry. They are the stars. This is an animated origin movie. So this is the Megatron and Optimus, how they used to be friends and stuff, kind of like Charles and Magneto. But this is animated. I heard it's really good. I heard it's strong. I'm probably more excited for that
That sounds good.
the crossover. Like
Why
those two are good.
Why we can't just get that movie live action or get that movie theater movie?
I agree. Let's switch it. Like
I feel
make
like they
G.I.
feel
Joe
like-
and Transformers animated and make
Like,
Transformers 1 the movie.
Right.
I just feel like they be so afraid. Like you can make a Transformers movie with no people, with like no humans.
Please.
Like
We will
the
still
one thing they haven't, the one thing with the Transformers, like give me a Transformers movies where they're in space. Like we don't
That's
have
why
to be on
Bumblebee
Earth.
is so good. At the beginning of Bumblebee, that's all they were doing. Just fighting.
Like we don't have to be on Earth. Like you give me like that stuff from Bumblebee and you make a full movie of that. That's great. I'm fine with that.
So Michael, if you didn't know, the Michael Jackson movie, a trailer was shown at CinemaCon, and I heard it was amazing. They said the movie is right now, it might be 3 to 4 hours, which really might go to 3 hours. They said it's going to have 30 songs, and the span of it, they're hitting on big points of his life. They're getting into everything, but it also will go into later parts of his life, like towards the end. Like I really believe this is it. Probably will be the last thing we see from the trailer. But all I've been reading is just rave reviews. People love it. They said it's really emotional. They said Man in the Mirror has a big part to play in the movie. And
his son is playing Michael, right?
His nephew.
His nephew, yeah.
Jermaine's son.
Okay.
But they casted a lot of great people in this too. I mean, all the castings I've seen, they look on the money. I'm not even going. The guy who played Quincy Jones, he's somebody. I can't remember his name, so I'm not even going to butcher it. They look really good. I'm excited. I've been staying away from all the little leaks and all the pictures. But I'm really excited for this Michael movie, especially if they're going to have if they're giving
I like
a
the
good
OG
span.
one.
We love that one, and I really need to watch that one. It's been
So
some
the one with
years.
Flex Washington? Yeah, the one
The
with
one
Flex
with so
Washington was
many.
great. The one with Flex Washington?
Y'all ain't never watched it on Lifetime? That was a great one.
That horrible makeup job.
I should really
What are we
kick
doing?
everybody out for even bringing up.
Yeah, I shouldn't even bring that up.
I'm thinking you're talking
I'm
about All
sorry.
American Dream, and that's the only one I'm talking about.
No.
We're not talking
Flex.
about Flex. We're talking.
Actually,
If we want to talk about 101, we could talk about that.
Yeah.
Actually, that particular Michael Jackson movie turned me off from biopics so much because the casting was so bad. It looks like this casting is way better, which is why I'll tap into it, right? But that movie casting was so corny and horrendous.
It was a horror movie.
It was so
terrible.
funny. It was
As
the
a big
funniest
Michael
movie
Jackson
ever.
fan, watching it as a kid, I was so flabbergasted. What? Who paid money for this? Why is this on my TV? Why did Flex say yes to this? You talk about somebody who destroyed their career. Flex destroyed his career.
It's a wrap.
I don't
Hey,
get it.
that movie was nominated for an NAACP award.
I don't care what it was nominated for. Trash.
And NAACP get it wrong often, and they got it wrong again. That was a pity nomination.
That was
They
being
were
nice.
I'm like, he getting that work. Let's try to be nice.
He
It's
worked
Michael,
hard in
so
that role. He
there you
worked
go.
real hard.
And he
That-
recently
that,
he was on there with his daughter on TikTok, and she's like, "Everybody ask me this question. Ask for yourself. Why you do that movie?" And he was like, "They said I was gonna be a big star from it, And then he also said, "Oh yeah, and we had rent. We had to pay money, and it is documented. Like Flex, he's had some money troubles, like been down and out, stuff like that. So I get if, especially in what he's described in the past, what I heard, and at that moment in time, and you really need a good check.
Let's be honest.
I get that, but there's a point as an artist, even when you see the product, when you're acting, you got to be like, bro, no, this is not it. I can't be a part of this.
But if they say,
I apologize. That's what he should do.
If they say, here's 500 bands, play Michael, you saying no?
He.
Nigga.
Thank you. But see, we know it's a comedy situation. Because come
the
on,
wig on, let's go, baby.
he put even the makeup, like it was so pasty.
It was so bad. It was so bad.
Because there is another Michael movie, I think that was on Lifetime, and that was like more of like a little, it was weird. That was like a little horror show. But this one with Flex was bad just because watching it the whole time, I'm like, Flex. We know you as Flex. We know your name, Flex Washington. Like, come on, bro. We like you.
It currently has
You're
a
funny.
a 3.2 out of 10 on IMDb.
Too high. Too high. What is the
Should've been
one
a
and the
1.
2? And the 3, it should be 0.1.
That was all NAACP votes.
Exactly.
I'm looking at all the votes. 110 people gave this movie a 10 out of 10.
I told you, it's a classic. It's a classic in the hood. It's a classic.
What hood?
Classic
in the hood.
I wish somebody would play that.
They putting it right up there with
they play that. I might fight or leave.
They putting it up there with Boys in the Hood.
I don't want ever. I will get pissed. I don't ever want to see that again. And whoever plays it, we got beef. I'm dropping my disc and I'm getting on Twitter too.
Imagine if somebody
you deserve disrespect. I'm
fighting.
fighting.
Pull that DVD out and say this is a classic.
We also got Lupita. She accepted Star of the Year award. Shout out to her.
Love Lupita.
We're getting an R-rated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Last Ronin movie.
I'm here for it, baby.
Live action too. Action.
Throw it away.
I want it.
Throw it away. We don't like turtles.
Turtles are fine. Humanoid turtles are fucking creepy. I mean, they are so creepy. No matter from the 90s to the 2000s to the 2010s to the 2020s. They all look creepy and they give me nightmares.
They do look creepy, but it's my type of creepy. I'll take it. Even the 90s ones, I was like, deal with it. It's fine.
Come on, man.
I'll take it.
I'm a fan of. I've read the comic that this story is supposed to be based off of, and the story is fantastic. So if they can do the movie any kind of justice from the storyline, you're really in for a great time.
Now, do you think, because this will be the first live action since the Michael Bay ones, and Tyler Perry ones. I don't want to leave him out. Do you think this is like them easing their way back into live action? Like, do you think with this story, this is a good way to get back into live action?
I think so. But the only thing about this is if they're doing this movie, there's not like, okay, you do this movie and then there's a 2.
Yeah.
Unless it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like this is because it's one complete story. It is like there's no sequel potential.
But you think they can they work out the kinks of how it looks and the action and the voice and all that stuff? Like different from the Michael Bay, different from the 90s.
Mind the Michael Bay. To me, those turtles, I didn't mind those turtles. They look all right to me. It looked.
I don't mind them, but they wasn't perfect. They wasn't amazing.
It's mutant turtles. I don't know what y'all guys expected. Okay,
I like the 90s. The 90s. Get them. Y'all get
like
them
the big
suits. Get in them suits and get the dancing. Eat that pizza and get in that suit and get the fighting.
Go turtle.
Hey, I like the 90s one.
I think if the money is put to it like it's supposed to,
it'll look good.
It can look great.
It'll look
it's
good.
Really about how much the people involved want to care about it. Yeah. And for me, if we're doing a rated R Ninja Turtles, more than any of the other ones, like whoever is doing like the stunt choreography and the fight scenes, like that's like we really need to be like, this is a ninja who is also a turtle.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of the movies they kind of play with a little bit, but they don't really go like they don't really touch on like these are actual ninjas. They fight and they killing people. Like, because in the last one, that's what it's already. He is killing people. Like, so it's like, I need to know what level of like commitment are they doing to like. I don't want no. Oh, we got a guy who looks good and voice it because they'll do that. Hey, he looks good in the thing. He voices well, but he knows no.
You don't
stunt
want
work
Chris
artist.
Pratt? You don't want Chris Pratt to play him?
You don't
What
want
you
Chris
talking
Pratt.
about?
No.
You go
In
over
Guardians. Keep that nigga in
The
Guardians.
star of the
Go
decade?
get-
What are you talking about?
Go get one of them. Go get one of them. Umbach. Go get one. Umbach is a movie. That's the name of the movie.
Oh, okay.
Umbach?
Oh, you're talking about the movie. I thought
Yeah,
we were
that's
going
the
to
name of the
another
movie.
round.
Like the
So
guy
where's
who
my politically correct hat?
the
Okay.
dude who produced The Raid and those type of movies, like those. Because I'm saying, because Americans don't do action movies very well, other than like John Wick. You got to go like one of those type of guys.
Yeah.
Like I want to go see Monkey Man. I heard it was fantastic.
Yeah, I will go see Monkey Man too. Get him to do it.
Something like
Like I understand what you're saying. I agree. Like be authentic, like really commit to it, dedicate it to it. Even if you get somebody famous, get somebody that's got some history, got some can really throw a punch and throw a kick. What else we got? Sonic 3. Sonic and Shadow fighting in the sky on Shadow's motorbike. And then you got Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles fighting Shadow. Now, reading this, I'm excited for Sonic 3. It don't gotta be too fancy, but that's why reading all the descriptions, I was like, oh, y'all doing the same old stuff. Like, of course, Knuckles and Tails and Sonic are all fighting Shadow. We're all friends now, right? Great. They ain't trying to recreate nothing. They got it's funny. It looks great. Jim Carrey's supposed to be coming back, so ain't no
that's all I
complaints
care.
from me.
If Jim's
I'm
there,
good.
I'm there.
I'm satisfied.
If Jim's there, I'm there.
Because he don't let me down. Any of these two movies, Sonic movies, he didn't let me down not one time. He holds it up. He does what he had to do to hold up the movie.
Yep.
And they said like in this movie, he getting closer and closer to like that Dr. Robotnik, like chubby, like he getting closer and closer to that.
Even in this one, if he's like full on Robotnik, like even in the chair, big Robotnik.
Give me a nice fat suit. Give me a nice fat suit.
And he'll
Need
do
that.
it.
Need
He'll
that.
do it. And we also got Knuckles. Knuckles is coming out on Paramount Plus. I don't have that date, but they're Idris Elba. They're fairly going in on that. I'm glad he's getting a good check. There was Captain America footage shown. I guess they heard our cries about looking for Captain Wilson, but they showed new Captain America footage. The title is not the Winter Soldier 2. It's Brave New World, Captain America Brave New World. One piece of description really got me excited. It do. They said Isaiah Bradley is brainwashed Winter Soldier style, and there's some fighting against him and our boy Cap. And that even that little bit, I was like, okay, kind of wet my whistle a little bit there. Black on black. I love some black on black. Okay. But brainwash Winter Soldier style? Because we didn't get enough of that. I want more brainwash Winter Soldier style. What else can I remember? They talked about it. Of course, we're getting Red Hulk. Harrison Ford is now playing General Ross. They said they do mention the new look because he took over from the actor who played him previously because he died, but he's also like kind of a racist low key. So he's playing General Ross, who is Red Hulk. So he's going to be in the movie. They said it's really
Who's playing Hulk?
Hulk. I don't think Hulk is in it, but that's well, Mark Ruffalo, yeah. But I don't think Hulk is in it. Just Red Hulk. And he might, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a Bruce cameo, but I don't think I don't know what's going on with Hulk, man. I miss Hulk. I like Hulk. And She-Hulk. Where's She-Hulk?
Take care of his kid.
Date? Have we got a date yet?
We do have a date that I don't have in front of me, but I can look it up real quick.
My most disappointing part about Brave New World is they said Sebastian Stan is not returning as Bucky Barnes. Broke my heart.
I'm cool with that. Like I want him, but I'm cool.
Love Bucky.
But they always don't gotta come as a package, man.
But yeah,
like,
to me, I think for Sam to really prove himself is like This is I am because
Gotta stand
if
alone.
not, it's gonna be the Sam. It's gonna be like the duel. I don't want a duel movie. I don't want to like a buddy. I want.
Man,
I
who
am.
gonna be his sidekick?
That's a
Everybody get a
sidekick. I
sidekick.
don't see it as a duel. Yeah.
Everybody gets a sidekick.
Yeah.
They did say he might have if you watch Captain America, Captain and the Winter Soldier, he did have like a young guy that was his partner.
Oh, that's for like the Young Avengers, for like a young. You talk about the black boy?
Not the black boy. I think the guy, he's Latino.
It was like a dude who was like helping them in Falcon.
And he really liked Sam. He really liked the wings and all that. So they say he might be the new Falcon in it.
Okay.
I think he is in it. And I don't know if we're gonna get young black boy. I don't know. I know you're talking about. I don't remember his name. But hopefully, I mean, we're getting Isaiah Bradley, so I'm glad we're getting
comic
him
book
back.
name is The Patriot.
The Patriot. Thanks. February 14th next year, Valentine's Day. Also Black History Month. So, you know.
Yeah. I just need Sam to win a fight.
To win a fight?
He wins
all I need
every
from this
fight
movie.
he's in.
No, sorry. We had this conversation. Sam
He's
don't win no
Who's still here?
Every fight.
He's fought many people. I'm not doing this with y'all again.
Did he die? If
Thank
he ain't
you.
dead, then he won a fight.
He won.
Yeah.
Iron Man
still here.
dead.
Shoot, Iron Man gone. Where other Cap at? Where Chris
Gone.
Evans at? We don't know.
Aged out.
He
Dead.
lost. He didn't win up every fight. Okay.
Guess who's still standing?
Thank you, Sam Wilson, our Captain America. Thank you.
God bless America.
Speaking of Marvel, Thunderbolts. I don't know if they showed some footage. I think they talked about it.
They showed some behind the scenes footage.
Okay, behind the scenes. The most exciting thing is they got an asterisk at the end of the title. So it's Thunderbolts with a little asterisk, and Kevin Feige said he explained it after the movie releases. So to me, that tells me just some stuff is going on, not what we think it is. I don't think it's necessarily multiverse, but probably, you know, it might be Thunderbolts, but not real Thunderbolts. I don't know, but it's a little asterisk at the end. That's probably the most.
It literally is
thing.
it literally is Thunderbolts.
A little asterisk. Now I will say this, just a little tidbit. They changed the logo to like just a regular plain text. They had some cool logos, and they just be changing them to like little plain text logos. Even like for Secret Invasion, for this one, you guys had good logos. Keep the good logos. Let's talk about a couple of trailers in closing. From the top, I don't think we talked about it on the pod, but Beetlejuice 2, which releases September 5th, they had a new trailer. Also got news today that Gina Davis won't be returning.
Oh, she won't?
Unfortunately, no. She said her theory is, she said ghosts don't age, and I do, and I'm not coming back. So I want to see her, but it's cool.
I guess her and Alec Baldwin ain't coming back.
I wonder why he ain't coming back.
Interesting.
Pretty busy.
Any illegal things going on there?
I don't know. Jeez.
I don't know.
Maybe he could take a shot at it.
Yeah.
September 5th. I thought the trailer was good, but I feel like they just hitting on nostalgia too much. Like it's kind of predictable. Like, hey, we hear the song and we're going to the house, and oh, look, he's coming out the ground. He's coming out the map again. Ooh, spooky. And the big thing, they don't really give you nothing. It's literally a teaser trailer, which I get. Yeah. It's just a teaser. That's it. I know I want it. I just don't lean on nostalgia the whole time. But I'm excited for Michael Keaton. I'm excited for Jenny Ortega, of course, because that was even stuff like that. Is like, that's really predictable, but okay, I'm gonna take it. It's fine.
She's the new Scream Queen.
She is.
Yeah.
So talented. So beautiful gowns.
Have you seen X? X is actually a pretty good movie.
Eggs?
X.
No.
It's like a series of horror movies. She's like one of the main.
Well, you know, I'm not really.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. She literally, like, they literally got her as like the new Scream Queen. Like,
yeah.
Okay. This week, Joker 2 trailer came out.
Yes, sir. It's time.
Featuring Lady
I didn't know
Gaga.
it was a musical.
A jukebox musical. They said about maybe 15 songs, maybe a little less than that. And it released my mom's birthday, October 4th.
Yep.
It made me feel the same way I felt about the first Joker.
Yeah.
Like,
Immaculate.
I'll take it. I didn't ask for this.
He back?
And do
I
I
love
care
it.
about this? Do I
I'm ready
care?
for it. With
No.
Gaga? And
I want to see what Gaga can do.
I love
ready.
Gaga, and I think she's a great actress. I don't want y'all just to do the same mundane stuff like them walking down the stairs and dancing. I'm like, we
Yeah,
see
we-
this, like we know this, and even her being so infatuated. I'm like, you ain't Barbie, so you ain't doing nothing extravagant. Like you might sing good, but you ain't Margot Robbie, bro.
I don't know. I had low expectations for the first Joker movie, and it was amazing.
It was amazing.
And so I'm not gonna doubt it again.
Y'all think it was
Okay.
amazing?
I felt like
Yeah.
it was great.
It was really good. My expectations were super low for it.
Really good. To me, it was like good. It made me feel the same way I feel. I don't know. I was about to say Batman versus Superman, but I hate watch those things. Like I can watch Batman versus Superman and Suicide Squad. Now I really like Suicide Squad. Let me
Same.
not go. on that
Suicide
tangent.
Squad 2.
No, the first one.
What?
I
No,
love
the
it.
second one.
No, first one. Second one's fun. Second one's a better movie, but that first one's fun, man. That first one's amazing. I love
Not
it.
the ending, but yeah.
But Joker to me, now let me just get this out the way. If they show us his parents getting shot again in that alley, that's why I left. I said, if they show me this in the first one, I'm walking out the theater. And that's exactly what I did because I knew they were going to do it. They didn't give me anything. It looked amazing. It kind of made me feel like the Batman. Like, y'all are getting the aesthetic right. It's great. It looks amazing. Do I connect with everything you're doing? No. Is this the best things that I've seen in DC or from Batman? No. But you giving it to me, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Sure. And that's how I felt about this one. I'm like, I'll take it. It's better than Aquaman 2. It's better than Shazam 2. It's better than all the other stuff. So I'll take this. Now,
That's a low bar. That's a low bar.
Very
That's
low
a very
bar.
low bar.
A very low bar, but it better than Madam Web. Better than some of this other
You
stuff.
watched that?
No.
Oh, I'm about to say.
I think I've seen the Joker one time in completion. I was like, I would be fine if I never see this movie ever again.
And that's how I feel like
It was more of a movie than it was a Joker movie. Like it was just so. I think I like the movie aspect of it, the suspense of it, the looniness of it. I like that part of it.
Do I like the mental health aspect? I love that aspect for it. I think it's fun. It's a good take. But some things even in the first one, when they had Zazie Beetz in there, I'm like, just wasted her. She ain't doing nothing in this movie. Like him going to the Wayne house and all that stuff. I'm like, man, this is
Ooh, this could potentially be my brother. Oh, we're related. Like,
what are we doing here? I did not connect with any of that
I
stuff.
shot a man on Broad TV and started a riot.
Wilding. And then I killed this family, and I don't want to go there.
His family.
I like Gaga. It's coming out. It's coming out. So I'm okay with it. Like I said, it's better than some other stuff. I'm not mad at it. I'm gonna watch it. It's Joker.
It's just
also the musical part of me is also very confusing.
No, isn't that the best part?
What are you doing? I don't get that.
It's just a Showtime music where it's like they're basically just gonna be redoing like real songs.
Yes.
I feel like
That's
they're
beautiful.
doubling down
That's
on what they
even better.
did before, and that didn't even work for me. Like I feel like they're gonna do more like dancey singing stuff, but I'm not for it. Like I don't like it. I'll just say that.
What do
So
you?
it's like, so like we have like a serious scene where like Harley Quinn is about to kill somebody, and then someone just start singing, dancing in the rain.
I don't need that. I need storyline.
I'm
I
locked
need
up,
narrative.
and I just start singing like, okay. I go back a flashback, and I'm singing.
I think they're gonna transition it better than what y'all think they are.
I hope so.
They in the middle war. They start singing Dr. Dre. I need a doctor.
Yeah.
It's like even he's like, oh, I got somebody. I'm not alone anymore. That's what we should be talking about now. I'm like, I do not. Sorry, Joaquin. I don't buy it, bro. You're not.
Maybe when I'm thinking about it, maybe I just don't like Joaquin Phoenix.
I love him. I don't. And I say this. Maybe I just need to get my shots out now. You're not Jared Leto. You're not Heath Ledger. You're not not Michael Keaton, but what's my other guy from Batman '89? You're not none of these people that I really like. Like
His
I'm not
rendition is respectable, though. We can't sit here like some renditions are trash. His rendition is at least
tolerable.
all right.
Right.
I'll
It's
take
Tolerable.
it's very much
Okay.
similar to
Take what you
Edward
can get, you know.
from
My thing is okay, but this my thing is
Twilight.
if you take that movie
Mhm.
and you don't call it Joker, right? It's the same it's the same movie.
That's
Like
the
to me, the
point.
movie
Doesn't
to
that
me
make
it's
it
not
better
a
though?
no, because it's not a Joker movie. It's a movie where a person is calls himself a Joker, but it's not a Joker movie.
It's like it's kind of like it makes me feel like those Sony movies where it's like it's Spider-Man, but it ain't Spider-Man. Like what don't you calling it Joker? Not even say my expectations, but why are you even calling it Joker if it's not a Joker movie?
Right.
Like it's a guy who's a joke. Like maybe that's a guy who's a joke. That's a better title than calling it Joker. Like you can do
mental
anything.
comedian.
You're Joker. What?
Bipolar
Nigga,
comedian.
what do you mean you can do anything? You barely did anything in the first one. You're not him. You're not the clown prince of crime. Maybe I'm thinking of clown prince of crime.
Yeah, we need to
That's
blow something
it.
up.
Yeah,
We need him to blow something
like
up.
even just be a little more methodical or smart, or the shenanigans. He's not doing the shenanigans. He's crying and staring and being a stalker. That's what he's doing.
Right.
Sorry, joke. Sorry, Joaquin, but man.
We need him to blow something up in this movie.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of these Joaquin Phoenix movies, and I was like, I don't think I've seen any of these movies.
I like
You like Her?
Her was good. I liked Her.
Her was good.
I need to run that back, to be honest. Her is good. We all need it. This deep. So last two. This is the game. Star Wars Outlaws. That comes out August 30th. I'm excited. It looks really good. This is gonna be a console PC game. It takes place between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. So that's 5 and 6. It's dealing with the underground mercenaries. Jabba the Hutt's in it. If you saw Solo, our girl from Game of Thrones, they said she's Amelia Clark. Her character's in it. It looks really good. It looked really well done. I hope it's better than the other Star Wars game I don't like, Fallen Jedi. But it looks good. That trailer.
Is it Fallen Order?
Fallen Order, yeah, Fallen Order. Because
Which I beat.
Game.
I beat it.
Is that the one you were playing,
Congratulations.
Vaughn, at the house?
Yeah.
Okay.
The mechanics, man, that frog got me. I couldn't do anything with that frog.
Yeah. It's one of them games. It's not for everybody. It's one of those. But I heard good things about the second one though. So like
I heard better things about the second one, even though I don't know if they improved so much, but I heard good things about the second one. Last trailer. Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. This is a remake from the 91 movie. Also, this is produced by BET Plus. It features Nicole Richie. I love Nicole Richie, longtime fan. Simone Joy Jones. She's also plays Lisa in Bel Air. And Jermaine Fowler. So this is like a primarily Black cast. It's an update, and it actually came out today. Had no clue. And I believe it's in theaters, but I mean it's produced by BT Plus, so I'm sure to make its way on the platform soon.
Yeah.
I wanted to shout this one out because I really like the original. I need to run it back.
I really like
forever.
That was one of my favorite movies as a kid, and I am not really for the Miss Pat version of this.
Why
disrespectful?
Why did you just go with Miss Pat version?
Because that's what it is.
I didn't get Miss Pat version from this. I got Black niggas, yeah, of course, but I didn't get Miss Pat. Miss Pat is shenanigans. Miss Black is Miss Black. Miss Pat.
The mom.
Miss Black.
She's the mom.
She is the mom?
Yes.
I didn't see her in the trailer. They cut her out.
Okay, but even she's the mom, how much is the mom in the movie?
No, but I do mean her shenanigans though. It's a Miss Pat type movie, so
I don't want Miss Pat in it. Because Miss Pat is to me closer to Tyler Perry. Like, I don't want that. And
exactly,
also, it didn't give that feel. But
I don't think Miss Pat in the movie is going to be the same Miss Pat that we get on stage or the Miss Pat show. I think we'll get a different. I think She knows how to
Hope
play a
so.
character.
I
You
know
think so?
what realm they're going to be doing this in, and so I'm good. I'm good on that. I'm good with the original.
I want to support it. I'm gonna try to watch it. Now, I might not go to the movies to see it, but
I'm gonna wait for it.
I want to support it because when they don't do this stuff, we get upset. And don't tell the mom babysitters that it was a great original. I can see it rebooting. I'm not against them rebooting it or doing a new one. And Nicole Richie's in it. To me, that puts some credibility in it just because she didn't have to be in it. She could literally live her own life.
You
as
can
a
live
superstar.
a rich life.
She's back at doing music as well. So if you don't know if you haven't listened to Nicole Richie's new music, go YouTube. Okay, she got a song about gyms. She got a song about being in a club. She's back, y'all. She's saving the game. All right.
Not saving the game.
Yeah, saving it. She need to come back with another
just
reality
do
show.
Matter of fact, can we just get a bunch of 80s black reboots? I'm cool with that.
I'm cool.
I'm here for it.
I don't want that. I don't want that at all.
More black.
Give me a Black Breakfast Club.
Ooh.
16 black 16 candles.
Now
that don't work. No.
I'm down with those, but they have to be well done. Like I don't want just generic black, like because I feel like even black, the term it means one thing, and I don't want to get so deep, but it's like I want high quality. That's what I want.
Those movies that didn't have any black people in them at all with a primarily black cast.
Exactly. Because the Black Breakfast Club literally is for blacks hanging out at the
I wouldn't have said that until one of my favorite movies is the movie with Mel Gibson, What a Girl Wants. So What a Girl Wants. And the Taraji P. Henson version was such a letdown that I was just like, I don't think this is a good idea.
No more of this.
I don't think it's a good idea every time.
My issue is like even with these reboots being black, like they talk about being black than just being black. Like it's like let's do black stuff and we black and black, and it's just like just be black. Like we're already.
Can it
black.
just be black? Yeah, like can that just be a background of
the story's enough? And even this like I think about the Breakfast Club. Yeah, the school you can add some like where that's going to be. That's going to add to it. Who these students and what type of activities they're in. That's going to add to the blackness. But you don't need. Oh, I'm a rapper. Oh, I do this and just so on the nose, like, hey, I love basketball. Like, we black and nay, like, you don't gotta do all that. Like, keep it simple, like, make them just black kids, like black kids who are emotional, who are happy, they do different stuff, but they also, the thing about the Breakfast Club, all these stories intertwine and you see you get a good snapshot of where they at. Because even at the end, I like it when they're not even like the best of friends at the end. They had a good time. I might see you around school, but we just had a good Saturday. Like we had a wild good Saturday and you met some new people, but it wasn't like best friends. Like I don't want that type from the reboot or anything like that.
I'm saying they rebooting everything else. Go ahead. I'm just saying we can remove some of these older movies and throw a darker tone, cast.
You know what? Do All My Children then. Do an all black version of that TV show, and then call me.
They call you okay. What about Clueless? Like, what about Legally Blonde? They're making a new Legally Blonde. It's a spinoff. They also are rebooting, making another scary movie.
See, now that I'm for with Regina Hall.
We don't know.
If I say if the Wayans aren't there, I don't care.
We don't know, and I'm saying don't give your hopes up. Well, it's not an official no yet. Nobody has said nothing because they've been really quiet about it. That kind of leads me that they might be involved somehow. But if it's not Wayans or Regina Hall or anybody like that, I don't care. Like from no movie like that, I don't care.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm officially anti-reboot because I just think we're stealing resources from original content that we should be making right now. And this generation is not gonna have really great original content to look back on in 25 years. But all right, if we're in our nostalgia era for the 90s, all right, let's do it. But we're gonna drain this shit dry.
I get that. I agree a bit. But the thing is, the original products aren't getting the love and the respect as they should, as they are not getting the support from the production companies. For example, I think of like Insecure and Girl Shit. Those are my two examples where Insecure was amazing. Not saying Issa wanted to leave, great. But
Mhm.
if you really believed in that property, spinoff or a movie or something, that could keep going. But Atlanta, it cuts off. Girls Trip. I'm still waiting to this day for Girls Trip 2. We should be already on Girls Trip 3 or 4 by now. We should be on Guys and Girls or Kids Trip. I don't care. But we're still waiting. And that's why I'm like, it's not getting the support. But I do agree, like, there should be more original thoughts. There should be more, but I do think you can mine some of this these movies. Like I think about the Boomerang show. The Boomerang show was a different enough from the movie, but still had that same like mature feel of like we're dating. It's a black rom-com where we're hanging out, we're dating, we're chill, we got these different relationships. It's witty at times, but then you all know it don't last long. It don't.
Yep.
Bigger is another original show that was on BET. Amazing show. I love Bigger. Cut it off. They said God bless. It was on BET Plus for 2 seasons, and they said God bless. Like it's stuff like that where it's just like they don't get the support like some of these other shows, like Euphoria. They're gonna ride that to the wheels fall. To this day, they can't even make
It's time to let it
They
go.
get it written.
they can't make a
written.
season. They can't even write it. But guess what? We still gonna come out with it.
Yeah.
We still gonna do it.
HBO canceled Winning Time, which a lot of people seem to love.
They loved Winning Time.
Yeah.
Loved
Was
it.
that the one
Deontay,
about
that's
the
one of
Lakers?
Deontay's favorite
Yeah.
shows. Yeah. Loved it. Yeah, this even canceling Southside. Southside Justice. They canceled Southside. Like, I don't know. They just gotta do better. If you're gonna make a reboot, make it original, make it good. At least honor the past stuff. But if you're gonna do original stuff, put your heart into it. At least support it. Like there's a tons of shows that just boom get the axe. Like Grand Crew. Now Grand Crew could have got better, but it wasn't bad. Like it's better than some of these other things.
Right.
Like I can't even name this white man, but it's this comedian white man, and he getting some money right now, and he ain't even that funny. I can't think of him, but you know who I'm
We got
talking
his own
about.
show.
He was on Netflix, and then he just got a new. He's getting a new show with HBO. Netflix white man.
So many things gonna pop up. So many
Netflix white man is not a good Google to start with.
Have y'all seen the Neil? What's his name?
Neil Brennan, his new stand up.
Yeah.
No, I haven't watched it.
I haven't seen it. I didn't know he.
I think it just came out though. Like
it just came out, bro.
Oh, I'm gonna check it out.
I like his last two. Like his last.
It was good.
His last has been good. I need a good stand-up watch. I haven't had seen a good one in a while.
Well, go.
He's actually happy in this one.
Go to Outrage. That'll get you right by Chris Rock. All right, so we are coming to a close. This has been an amazing pod. I crossed out everything that's on my list, and this was pretty good. I've had shorter things on my list, and we've taken longer. But I think this was really comprehensive. I really value everybody's opinions and thoughts. I'm gonna go around the room and let people give their last farewells. How can we connect? Do you got any news coming up? Anything that we can do for you all? I started with him last. Let's start with him first. JT.
Everybody be safe. It's about to be summertime. So, when it start getting hot, niggas get crazy. So just protect yourself. Go where you need to go and go home. That's what I'm gonna say.
Well said, sir. Well said. Ashley.
It's a hot girl summer, all summer. And I'll be in New Orleans for a while, so definitely gonna have some really good food and everything. And I hope nature figures itself out because I really hope I don't run into no hurricanes while I'm there. Love the hat, Cowboy Carter, one of the best albums of the year. And that's all for me.
Thanks, Ash. Kev, what's up, man?
Yes, sir. You can connect with me on socials everywhere at Kno910. Cole fans, stay strong. We're going to make it through this. We're always going to support the music. And thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being a part, buddy. Thank you. Wrapping it up, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody that's on here. I love you all very much. Thank you for listening. If you're listening to my voice right now, I value you. If you're not listening to you, I still value you, but the people who are listening got a little bit more value than you right now. The thedcobrand.com. I got music on there. I also got blogs on there. I got reviews. I got more stuff coming up on there. Listen to the past podcasts. And we got, like I said, spring cleaning. We're doing for the rest of spring. Next week, I'm trying to figure out which episode. I think I'm gonna start off with the FAMU one. I might do two. I might do a back for back. We'll see. Might do a double pack. But yeah, I want y'all to stay safe, stay prayed up. I'm praying for y'all. Really, like, be mindful where you go. Be mindful what you say. Everything doesn't have to be said out loud on Twitter. Everything doesn't have to be said out loud on Facebook. Also, I will say, if we're talking on social this much, take some time to talk to your circle, your people that you look up to, grandparents, uncles, mentors, friends. Just talk to them. Mike called me last night. We had a good conversation. I'm like, thanks, buddy, for calling me. So yeah, just if anything, just call your friend up, talk to him, because this is a trying time, and people are getting up out of here. There's people are leaving, getting out of here. Also,
OJ did.
OJ gone, y'all.
No.
OJ, the juice.
No.
He ain't loose no more.
No.
Jeez. And his story is just, I'm still just unpacking because people been talking about it, but it's fascinating. But he gone, people are leaving. People are also jumping off the deep end too. And I want everybody to stay healthy, be mindful. If you haven't already, find a therapist, find a friend. If you're going through something, hey, just say something. A little, even just the one person. Just like, hey, can we just talk for 5 seconds? You ain't gotta go all into it, but just reach out a little bit. Yeah, I don't have anything too much. Listen to Cowboy Carter. Y'all stay safe. Thank you for listening. God bless. I love you all. DCObrand.com. Stay connected. Let me hit this gallery point of view 1, 2. Okay, great. Farewell, ladies and gents.